rock me, mama.
Okay.
Welcome back to Rock Me Mama.
Me Mama.
I'm Macy.
And I'm Amie. Who are you? That's Morgan. So she's about to give birth, so she can't even speak
Morgan
words.
literally
She's
about
just
to give
moaning. Her words are moans at this point because she's like 10 months pregnant.
Every time Morgan wants to chime in like normal on this episode, she's just gonna go. We'll decipher for you.
Yeah, you'll know.
We know what you would say.
You guys, I took a shower with Farah today.
How did that
go?
go?
I didn't mean to.
Oh.
I was taking a shower and then she ran in the bathroom and she said, "Mommy, I want to do it." And I'm like, "You do? Because you've never wanted to." And she said, "Daddy, take my clothes off." And she started taking her clothes off and then Nick took her clothes off and she ran in naked and we had a fun cute little shower. It was actually so cute.
I love that.
I'm so jealous. Y'all have done that before.
Very often, yeah.
I tried to do
burns
it with
an
E,
hour.
Like when we were in Florida, like a month ago.
Yeah.
And it was horrible.
Like what happened?
I don't know if like water like got in his eyes the second he got in there, but it was horrible. And I was like, "Chase,
did he cry?
Here." Oh yeah. But it wasn't the like, "Oh, I'm in pain" cry. It was like the toddler like
whining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to be in a shower.
Yeah.
I don't want to shower.
She loved it. I didn't wash her hair because I was just like, you know what? No. Let's keep this enjoyable.
Yeah.
But she let me wash her body. She turned around and poked her butt out and she goes, "Wash my butt."
Oh my gosh.
She's been calling herself Guy Diamond recently. She wants to fart sparkles. She said, "Sparkle butt. Sparkle butt." And we're like, "What do you mean?" And Nick's like, "Do you mean Guy Diamond from Trolls?" She's like, "Yeah." And she pulls her pants down and
That's what he was saying
and tries to fart sparkles.
Oh my word.
Y'all, I thought
Guy Diamond
was saying "suck my butt" today. And
Sparkle butt.
Literally, this
Sparkle
happened,
butt is what
I
they're
kid you
saying.
Not, 30 minutes before I came over here, he turns around and he goes, "Suck my butt." And I was like, and I looked at Chase and I said, "Okay, I know that this is a thing." Because like my nephews do it. Like every time we're with my nephew, he's like, "Smell my booty." Because he's like a 5-year-old boy. And like that's going to happen.
Yeah.
I hate it, but it's like, it's going to happen to all of our kids at some point, or at least the guys, I guess.
Yeah. And Farah for sure.
She will too. But I literally looked at Chase and I was like, okay, I know that crude humor is a thing with boys, but like, he's not even 3 yet. Is he saying "suck my butt"?
No.
And Chase was like, I think that he was just playing with stickers. Maybe there's a sticker on his butt. That
It's sparkle butt.
explains.
That's absolutely.
So she's been saying it and like pulling her pants down and trying and pushing her butt out and being like, "Sparkle butt, sparkle butt."
Okay, no, he pulled his diaper. I was like,
Yeah. So
is he telling somebody to suck his butt and pulling his diaper off?
I think it's a Trolls thing that Nick said. It's like
Probably.
Guy Diamond just farts like sparkles. But
Okay.
I don't know why they say sparkle butt. I don't know if that's part of the Trolls thing.
Or if like Farah just did that.
Yeah.
Or if Farah did it, or if they did it with Polly. I don't know. We should ask Polly. Be like, "What's sparkle butt?"
I'll ask her tomorrow because that's for sure what he was sparkle butting.
It's sparkle butt. And she does it she's been doing it for like 3 days now. And I'm like, what in the hell?
Sparkle butt.
So she was doing that.
You can say sparkle butt all day long.
Yeah,
as long
suck
as it
my
doesn't
butt.
Suck
Yeah,
my
what
butt.
a
I
relief.
My butt
literally
is
was about to be
worse.
like,
What a relief.
Suck my
big
butt
relief.
is not good.
The first thing I'm going to tell. I'll probably text him before I get home that's not what he said.
Yeah.
Showering with Heart has been one of my like go-to tactics this pregnancy, specifically like nights where I'm alone and like don't have help because he'll just like draw with soap on the wall and I'll just like sit there on the shower floor and wash my hair.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was really cute.
It's like a 40-minute shower.
And they're cute little bodies.
Yeah.
Are just too much.
They're so precious.
I
wish
love
you
their
would.
little
I may try
bodies.
again. Last time was horrendous.
She loved it. And then we got out and she was, cold and she's just like running around, refuses to like get in the towel and just acting crazy. But for the time that we were in there, I was like, this is great. She was
awesome.
would never do it earlier.
It's awesome.
Yeah. I've tried it a few times. It's never worked, but it had to be her idea.
Yeah.
And she might really like it now. And it really does make sometimes you just want to shower by yourself, but there are times when it's really nice. And also he's like out of his like bath liking phase right now for the past like
Her
2
too.
months.
She'll
the
do
shower
it,
works.
but she doesn't want to.
Yeah. He won't do it.
Yeah, she'll do it. And when she's in there, she doesn't want to get out. But getting her in is a whole thing.
Yeah. We do a bath like every 3 nights with E.
Yeah.
Just because I mean, if there's like in the summer, if he's like
Yeah.
gotten gross,
We used to do it every night, but now it's like every
Same.
few nights.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
It's just too much effort.
So there's a tip for you, moms. Try a shower.
Try a shower. Well, Spencer always used to tell me that Glenn loved it.
Yeah.
But Farrah never did. And so tonight when she did, I was like, this is so cute. I hope we can do this more. I mean, she's obsessed with my boobs. So she was like washing my boobs. And I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
enough poking.
They were your food source for a year.
Yeah, exactly.
I think even if E wanted to do it, that's my time. That's when I watch TV.
yeah.
Like literally,
That's so funny that
put
you
my
watch
phone
TV
up.
in the shower.
I place it on the wall, and that's just where I watch Love Is Blind, Bachelor in Paradise. It's
so
how
you
I
take
finish
like
Golden
long. You
Bachelor.
guys take like long showers. I don't.
I border on an hour.
That's not. That,
I take like 20 minutes, but that's why I'm still not caught up with Bachelor in Paradise. And it's been over for a few
And
weeks.
it's not every shower. Like I have normal showers, but like that's like a self-care thing for me, just like a warm bath.
Yeah.
But I like sit on the shower floor
Yeah.
and I've done that since like high school.
Yeah, I don't. I'm like a fast everything. But when I was pregnant, I did like warm baths. I did like to lay there. And I would lay there till I was like pruny.
A lot of times I like a shower more than a bath. Just sit there under the water. But when I moved out of my parents' house after I graduated high school, my dad was like, you have no idea how much better our water bill is.
Oh, I bet.
Really?
Yeah, my dad
funny.
used to yell at me to get out of the bathroom.
Yeah. In the morning, I used to get in the shower before school and go back to sleep on the
I
shower
did too.
floor.
I used to fall asleep on the shower floor. Because school,
Yeah.
school was so early. It was
know.
like you had to get up at like 6 or something.
Oh my gosh, I've always been
And
a
I would fall
nighttime
asleep.
shower. I never,
Nighttime shower?
100% of the time.
Oh no. I was like in the morning and it would be like 6 a.m. and I'd be like, oh my God, please fucking kill me.
I did gymnastics and then ran track though. I like had to come home and shower.
Yeah.
promptly.
I wasn't doing all that. I mean, I
had
was
to
later
shower.
on, but no.
Yeah.
Not like professionally like you.
I worked at Chick-fil-A and smelled
yeah,
like
I was
fried
like in
chicken,
theater.
so-
I was like in, in musical theater. Like you didn't really have to shower.
Right.
You should probably, but
Yeah.
not me.
You're getting some.
I've been like really against showering my whole life.
yeah, well.
I
to
hate
each their
it.
own.
How do y'all think it's once a month that in our group text we talk about how much we hate showers?
So like Morgan loves showering, but we don't.
Or maybe it's just you and me. I hate
I
it.
think the reason is because like with
We don't
your
like being cold.
with your precious time, we don't like being cold. And with your precious time, I don't want to. We both have really long hair. I don't want to spend it with wet hair. I don't want to spend it drying my hair or lotioning my fucking body or
See,
shaving.
None of this comes to my mind when I'm like, oh, actually, I'm not going to take a shower because of this.
Yeah,
All of
is.
it does.
don't know.
For me, it's mostly the getting out and being cold pisses me off. I
Yeah.
hate it.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Well, just
It's
for me, it's
so
just like the
unenjoyable.
time it takes. I'm
Yeah,
just
I mean,
like,
it is
ugh.
pretty involved.
It's involved.
Yeah.
And it's like I could just be in my pajamas and like roll into bed and be gross.
Mm-hmm.
Or I could shower and an hour and a half later be done with all the things.
Oh, see, I don't even get my hair wet on.
So I shower so infrequently that I have to wash my hair when I shower. 'cause
Yeah,
it's like,
You're like,
I,
this is the whole point.
How often do you wash your hair?
twice a week.
Yeah. What about you?
Well, my answer is different right now.
That's fair.
Right now, when I was going to the office twice a week,
Yeah.
but like before was, I mean, like 4 times.
When
a
I
week.
was younger,
every day.
I washed my hair every day when I was younger.
Yeah, but it like was discovered that it's like not as good for your hair.
Yeah.
yeah. And also like dry shampoo.
Yeah.
I use dry shampoo all the time.
religiously.
yeah.
It's
Like,
a staple.
I love
it's
it.
a staple.
It's a staple
and
in my
also,
life.
like when your hair is clean, using it for some grit and some
yeah.
grip on
Yeah,
your
my
hair.
hair-
Yeah, one day, like tomorrow, my hair will look so good
Yeah.
with a little dry
Okay,
shampoo.
whatever. Your hair looks good every day. But
100%.
my hair is flat as a piece of paper. Like it actually is. So like the day of hair wash or after. It's why I don't brush my hair. If I do
Yeah.
it, literally it's like,
But how do you get? But how
it
is
looks-
it not so? Not if I didn't brush my hair is literally dreads itself.
no, it is. You can barely finger comb this.
Really?
I mean, that's dramatic, but it would like hurt a little bit.
Like when I brush Farrah's hair, it is a whole thing. Like I have to do it once a day, even though she
hers is so curly.
has
though.
curly hair. I have to brush it, or it literally dreads.
Yeah.
My friend Claire is like, don't brush curly hair or whatever, let it dry. I'm like, but her hair will dread to the point where I won't be able to ever get a brush through it.
Yeah.
And then I can't
There's
do
going
it.
to be no going back.
There's no going back. And my hair is like that. My hair's not as curly as her, but it is curly enough to where it dreads if I, even one day I'm not brushing it.
Gosh.
And every time I brush it, an entire head of hair comes out.
Oh my gosh.
Like tonight, an entire head of hair came out when I brushed it. It was terrifying.
I mean, her hair is probably
it was literally this much hair. And I was like, how do I have any hair on my head?
Golly.
Also, I had to invest. I ordered it, but I had to get like body acne stuff.
Amie,
Because
you're
I'm so gross.
dusty.
You're so
No, because I'm like
dusty.
getting acne like on my like back and like butt. My
I don't
butt.
think that's from not showering.
I think it's from working out.
I think
staying in my workout clothes.
it's sweat and
not
friction.
showering,
Yeah,
and
I
just
guess
letting my
that's
sweat marinate.
Sweat and
I
friction.
guess that's true.
But you do it too. You don't
Yeah.
get butt knee,
No, I don't get butt knee. I think I have some back knee though.
back knee, and butt knee. Like Nicole, like try to lift up my thing, and I'm like, don't do it right now. There's some butt knee.
There's some button.
You don't want to see that.
You don't
butt
want
knee?
none of this.
He's
baby
like,
boy.
you know, I don't give a fuck.
There's no
and I
sparkle
know
butt here.
he's right. Yeah.
That's true.
No sparkle butt here.
Okay, wait. What are we talking about today? We're talking about
time.
screen time.
Right? Screen time.
Screen time and finances
Yeah,
are
we
the
had
two
two
things that we were
requests.
asked to talk about.
Yep.
Okay, screen time. We're all pretty bad at it. I try to be. I mean, my saving grace is that she doesn't give a fuck about it sometimes.
Yeah.
But I do use it, especially on my phone. She gives a fuck about my phone.
Yeah.
She cares way more about my phone than she does the TV.
That is funny. She does. She will actually pay attention to that.
She wants to watch things on my phone. I got YouTube Kids on my phone. So she likes to pick and scroll. It's the weirdest shit I've ever seen.
Oh, I bet.
I was definitely like, her and I were watching like some weird fetish shit the other day. And I was like, what are we watching? It was this like slime. And this woman was like just jiggling it in her hands. And I was like, are we watching like porn?
Yeah.
But it was on YouTube Kids.
It's somebody's
Yeah.
porn.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
But she was like, oh, it's so jiggly. And me and Farrah were like,
On to the next.
but she loved it. She was like, Mommy, my favorite color is black.
Oh my gosh.
Because it was black slime. But I mean, yeah, screen time is, what are you going to do?
What are you gonna do?
I was like,
What are you gonna do?
psycho about it until I got pregnant. Because we would only, like, he didn't really watch TV until he was about a year old. Just because we like, I don't know, they like scare you about it.
They do, but we never listened because we had to. We were traveling so much.
Yeah, y'all had to. We didn't travel, but when I got pregnant and like literally could not keep up with my toddler, we started doing it more.
Yep.
And then like if we have to get something done, the TV is on so that he'll sit and watch. Because he doesn't watch it enough that he's like doesn't care about it. So like if the TV is on, typically he'll sit down and watch it. And then every single night, it's just part of our routine. For him to wind down, we'd turn the TV on for him.
Doesn't
And he
give
picks
a fuck
movie.
about it unless we turn it off. And then she's real mad. But we're like, you're not watching it.
Yeah.
It
I
pisses
just-
me off.
It's so annoying. I
think
don't want to
it's-
hear that noise if you're not watching it.
Yeah. I do think that, and this would have been different years and years ago because TV on demand at all times was not a thing. But like now it is a thing. And there are times where it just like Hart's probably going to start watching a whole lot more TV after Rudy is born. Just because there's going to be times where you're like, I need a minute.
You have to.
And like the only way he is going to 100% sit down and be distracted is if he's watching TV.
And his screen time has increased a lot since I got pregnant.
Yeah.
And just
you're
like,
exhausted.
because I was never, I mean, before he turned like a year and a half or like 2 even, no, we'll say 18 months. Okay. Before that point, he was watching shows, but it was not nearly where it is now because it's like, I didn't want my kid just like sit, like,
Yeah.
I've seen that,
Yeah.
like known people who, I mean, just like truly all day.
Oh, I don't. Yeah.
No,
we
like
only
all-
allot morning.
Yeah,
when I'm trying to make
exactly.
coffee.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to make breakfast.
Exactly.
And do all that.
And
Morning, I need it.
Everyone's
But
waking
she
up.
also just doesn't even fucking pay attention, but we put it on.
That's how
Yes.
it's a
And then we
I don't
always
wanna
do
say
something.
necessity,
So that
but-
when the morning's over, you start
Exactly.
you take them to school, or if they're home for the day, you start running errands with them, or
Yeah.
do whatever, or go to Dose, or go to the park.
Yeah.
And then when I'm getting her lunch ready, I'll stick something on.
right.
Exactly.
Unless
Literally
she's helping me.
same.
Now she's helping me.
Right.
And it's the same with dinner. If we're getting dinner ready, she can watch something. But we try to limit it before bed. And we try to limit it if we're both home, then we try to not have it. Because
Yeah.
one of us should be playing with her.
Yeah, that's how we are.
It's just like
I'm hoping we'll get back to that point, which I think
Yeah.
we will.
Y'all
but you're
will.
really, really pregnant.
I know.
Yeah.
And also, like, whatever.
I know. Well, that's the
They're
thing.
not, he's in school. He has friends. We do play
Yeah.
dates, all of us,
He's
like
not, and
3
he's
times
not
a week.
watching it all day long
No.
every single day. But yeah, whenever I'm like alone, it's like a lot heavier. But it's one of those things too, like you know how it affects your kid and
Yeah.
like the reasons behind it. I just like it is hard to get out of using it as a crutch once you start.
Yeah.
And so that's like my advice though.
But there are times where I do think like it's evident when E's been watching too much. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I'll tell Chase
Their
like,
personality
yeah,
Absolutely.
and like we all pick up on that, and we probably like tone it down when that
Yeah.
happens.
Also like turn the volume way down.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because sometimes they don't need it blasting.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
No.
overstimulating.
Oh,
for
sometimes
everybody.
we literally put it on with no sound, and he's still like,
We will
Also,
turn it
they
way
get obsessive compulsive about things. Like she'll ask for certain things over and over in a very obsessive compulsive way. And I'm like, okay, that's not
Yeah.
healthy. Like watching Poppy eat the blueberry and die of an allergic reaction over and over on repeat.
yeah,
Not going to do it. So we were like, no,
And
you're
that's
not
like the
watching
Poppy
Poppy eat the
snuff
blueberry.
film.
yeah,
Yeah, she just like also she just wants to watch things that are like the point in the movie or the book that someone gets hurt or someone
The
has
drama. She wants the
my
drama.
gosh.
Like
does
when
want
Madeline cries because her appendix is bursting. We have to read that page over and over. When in
appendix
in Little Red Riding Hood, well, we have the Spanish version, which is like Little Roja Riding Hood with the sopa is caliente. And like the hot soup, the Little Red Riding Hood pours it in the wolf's face. That's the part we have to read for Farrah.
Stop. Is it because when y'all read that part, you're like, he pours it at like,
No, she's obsessed with the drama and
She's made for the stage.
she's my kid.
Yeah.
I
I love
watch murder
every-
docs all day. Not anymore, but like when
When you can, that's
when
what
I
you watch.
can, that's what I
Yeah.
want. I want like thrillers. I want crime docs. Like that's
Yeah.
where her Halloween is her favorite
Yeah.
holiday by a landslide. And she would make us walk past scary things and then hide behind me. And I'm like, you just asked me to bring you here. And she'd be like,
Yeah.
but I'm scared, but I love
Adrenaline
it.
junkie.
I'm like, you love being scared. You love watching fucked up shit. So I've noticed that she gets like obsessive compulsive about like fucked up shit.
that's funny.
That's all me.
Do y'all have y'all don't do Love Every, do you? Y'all have some of it. Did y'all
We
have
have
some
some
of
of
it?
it,
You
but-
like give us your like hand-me-downs.
Do you have the book where it's Max and Nana go to the park?
Oh yeah, we have that one.
And it shows, does she watch the page where Max falls.
Falls.
Over and over again?
Also,
yeah.
where they spill the milk at what's his name's
It's okay.
party.
Spills happen.
Yeah, everybody makes
Yeah.
mistakes. She's like, oh, and she goes, oh, what happened? I'm like, you know what happened?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
just spilled the milk.
And I'm like, we all know your hoe grandma pushed you, Max. Okay.
Real talk though, did somebody push him to get that picture?
That's what I'm wondering. Because
he looks really hurt.
every parent wonders that when they
I
read
know.
that book.
Yeah, he
I know.
looks really like he
Since
really.
he's falling.
Yeah, like Maddie and William would like. That's when I first at their house was when I first saw that.
We have to
And
watch
were
mine
all
with
like,
them too.
we were all like,
Yeah. I've had this conversation with them too, because he's for sure falling. And it's not like they just like followed him around with a camera until he like finally fell.
no, and
No,
did-
someone
you-
pushed
and
him.
y'all,
Someone tripped him.
you can see the tear going down his
yeah,
eye.
like he's actually fell in his
No,
heart.
like literally the producer or director of Love Every was like,
yeah,
yeah, like we got to get a real fall, guys. Sorry.
Oh, I'll get a if I push him, do I get a 10% raise? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do it.
can I get a 20% raise for some tears?
Yeah, ho grandma though. We're going with that.
Oh, grandma. You want to know something interesting though on the topic of screen time, and then we can move on to our other topic.
yeah, I mean,
I think this was when I first got pregnant with Wyatt and screen time was increasing, and my dad comes over every week and he was over and I was like, ugh, I feel so bad because, the classic mom guilt scenario is like, he's been watching more TV, whatever. And he was like, Mace, why is that bothering you so bad? And I was like, I don't
can't answer that
because social media has made me think that it's a bad thing. And, I was like, I don't know. It's just, all this research has been done that screen time is bad for them, whatever, that we've all been like fear mongered into. Yeah. Right. And he was like, you literally watched a Disney movie every single day from start to finish. And you love being outside more than anybody I know.
Yeah.
Made great straight A. Like he went off on all the, he's like, he can watch TV. So I thought that was interesting. Hearing my dad say that about me, who like, y'all, I don't even really watch that. I'm sitting here having to fit it in the shower. Yeah. I really don't watch that much TV. Yeah. And I've kind of always been that way. And so I thought that was interesting from a different generation being like, no, like you like really watch TV.
Yeah.
And
I did too. I loved watching TV. Too. I loved watching movies. Yeah.
But it's like a common.
Me and my brothers would go to Blockbuster and pick out
totally
movies and games.
It was so fun.
It was like such a highlight. Like it was like just something we loved doing.
But like now,
also it gives your parents a break.
We're scared of screen time though because it's
phones.
An example of too much information.
But it's like, phones.
Our parents, we as parents, I feel like that's an issue so often is that there is too much information at our hands now. Yeah. One of those things being screen time.
But I think that that's more cell phones. Like I think that we have to limit. Yeah, we have to limit when they get cell phones because when they go to school with gun violence and stuff, we will want them to have cell phones.
Oh, 100%.
Because we will want them to be able to text us and be like, "Mom, something's happening." Mm-hmm. So I'm not going to even claim that I'm not going to get my kid a cell phone because I am. Mm-hmm. But I'm not going to get her all the bells and whistles. Yeah. I'm not going to make it so that she has all access to things. Mm-hmm. Maybe I'll get her a flip phone. Mm-hmm. But I think that's the danger. The danger is staring at your phone all day, being a slave to social media, being privy to fucked up information about the world that really they shouldn't know.
Yeah, yeah.
And then also predators.
I agree with that.
But I don't think it's watching movies.
Yeah. No.
Because movies isn't art. I mean, movies and shows, that's someone's art. That's like hard, beautiful. That's a lot of work that people are doing to put together really cool things that we watch. So I think that we can't devalue that, but I think it's just the screen time part.
Yeah.
Staring at a phone all day.
I would agree.
Yeah. Becoming a zombie. Mm-hmm. Sitting in front of the TV and watching a movie because your mom needs to make food.
Right.
Or a cup of coffee.
Exactly.
Or talk with her friends. That is a good life. You are blessed.
I completely agree with you.
You are blessed.
I've definitely.
A lot of kids don't have TVs. A lot of kids don't have homes.
Right.
So if your kid can sit in front of a TV, comfortable, safe, happy. Yeah. Then they're lucky.
And God, how awesome is it when they sit and you get to sit next to them and cuddle and watch it?
Sometimes the best.
Like that's some of my favorite moments. Honestly.
In the mornings, that's what we do.
It's so
and
sweet.
It's so nice.
And there really are times where Heart is like we're interacting together about like what.
Yeah, they're like,
so
oh,
it's not like we're just
Yeah.
zombies.
Right.
Yeah,
it's like, not the like, face,
you watch together
in the screen. Like we are communicating.
And sometimes there's that and we have to pause it and be like, hello, I'm talking to you. But yeah, I would just say, like, your kid, how it, and it's different for every kid. And it may, Wyatt may react differently than Eli.
Yeah.
And stuff. But it's also like what I've always thought about it too is I would love to just like go live out in the middle of nowhere on like a farm with no TV or whatever. But like when you think about realistically for like the time that we live in, trying to completely fight the age you're living in and grow and it is. I do think it's our job to like protect them and like think about the context of like the world we're living in, which is like the cell phones and like the social media predators, things like that. But like sitting and watching Miss Rachel is not harming.
Yeah, no, it's taught
my child.
She taught all of our kids a lot of things.
Sign language.
Miss Rachel, hello, guest.
Miss Rachel is a queen, honey.
I love
Miss
her.
Rachel. If you're
anyone that talks shit on Miss Rachel, can come fight me.
But that's what I'm saying though, is like that's an example of too much information. Like I've seen some social media posts that talk about literally using her as an example of why she's bad and kids shouldn't watch her. And I'm like,
But they find a reason to fuck with everyone. They find a reason to talk shit to everyone.
right.
I know.
So it's just, if you're a mom listening to this, maybe you're a first time mom and you've heard all of these things or seen these posts or there's even Instagram accounts that are literally solely based on screen time. Like it's what they have a following about. Like if you're following those accounts and it is scaring you into letting your kid have screen time, or like, oh my gosh, God forbid you watch The Lion King with them, which was your probably favorite movie as a kid yourself.
Yeah.
Like let it go. Yeah, let it
Yeah,
go.
well, just don't let anyone guilt you into feeling like any more shame about doing the best you can.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, fuck that.
Because what Mork's saying is true. Like you will know if your kid has been watching too much TV, it's pretty obvious. And tone it back if that's
They
the case.
start acting like sociopaths.
But
and so
there's
you have to be
also,
like, okay, we're shutting this off
You have the power
for
to
the rest
allow
of the day.
it and to take it away. So
Yeah.
But I mean, there's also seasons. Like the kids watch a lot less TV when it's warm outside.
exactly.
Right
Yeah.
now it's very cold. Some days a movie has to happen because
Oh,
that's
yeah.
the source
Rainy
of
days
entertainment.
are like movie days.
Yeah.
like,
Which
hello.
like they are for adults too, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, in a world where we
Yeah.
like don't work and do things. But yeah, I think that if whoever, I can't remember what the exact question was. But
She was just like, I feel really like guilty. I feel like we're doing way too much screen time. I feel like it's gotten to a point where it's like a little bit out of control. It's like we all feel that, but sometimes it's seasons, like you said.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just need it more. Other times you need it less.
Yeah.
And actually, Becca Martinez posted today about, she had a question about screen time. It's like,
oh yeah, I saw that.
the more you, like I said, you should, I want people to feel empowered to like, if you feel like it's too much, like it might like suck for a couple hours or
Yeah, but limit it.
But like they're going to find something else to do and they're going to accept whatever you give them ultimately at the end of the day. So like if you're toning it down and stand firm in it, like
Yeah.
they'll eventually get on board.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's like also if you feel that way, don't feel guilted by other people, but if you just feel that way organically, just your opinion, like you also are in control of
yeah.
making a change if you want
Yeah.
to.
No, I think that's a good
It's
answer.
a great question and a great topic.
The other question we got was my friend Michelle texted me today and she was like, can we just talk about how finances change when you have kids? And she was like, I make really good money. She's a really successful photographer. And she's like, I make 6 figures and I feel like I make 30 grand a year because she's like, because literally she's like, her husband will pick up like a bag of pistachios and she's like, put that down. You know, everything. And I was relating to it so much because I honestly feel like I can't leave a grocery store with less than $200.
Yeah.
And that's like not even buying that much.
yeah.
And then it never ends. We are bleeding money right now. And I only have one kid.
Yeah.
We are bleeding money.
I know.
Everything is so expensive. My dad provided for all of us. My mom worked, but not much when we were little. All 4 of us and my mom. And I do not think my dad made more than $200,000 a year. And we were well off. Like we had a big house. We had anything that we needed. We weren't spoiled because my dad just was raised like strict Italian Catholic and he just was not into spoiling.
Yeah.
But we had everything we needed.
Yeah.
We played all the sports. We did all the things. I do not think my dad could have made more than $150,000 or $200,000 a year. And we were well off.
Yeah.
But
Think about that now.
Yeah, I was gonna say, think about how much money that was back then. You're not old, but like, think about the difference in even
It was a
5
lot. It
years
was a
ago.
long ass time ago.
But like, that's a.
But like
that
you
was
could buy a
lot of
house
money.
for like $30,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A house
Right now, like people that make like saying you make 150, like that's great.
That's
Like,
a lot,
great.
but it's not.
But imagine what 150 was back then. Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, it's
that
a
would
little
get
bit-
you.
it's
so-
insane.
Yeah,
Like you can't, to have 3 kids or more, you have to be rich.
Well, and it's also it's tough because it's so situational because it you know, one person's like could be making, you know, $80,000 a year and has no debt, you know, like really just financially responsible, just like it's just who they are. And then there's people who, you know, make double that who have thousands and thousands of dollars in debt.
Yeah,
credit
that's
cards.
true.
They could have credit card
yeah.
debt, student loans. So it's like all of that is taken into consideration whenever you're like thinking
true.
and planning your family. And so it's so hard to say, like, there's no one size fits all. But I'm like, either way, no matter which way you slice it, you're hemorrhaging.
Hemorrhaging money. Like we are broke right now. And broke means we have a very little amount in our savings. We can afford our mortgage. We can afford groceries. You know, obviously
Like,
we're
you're
not
fine.
broke.
Yeah.
We're okay. But we do not have a comfortable...
There's no trip planning coming up.
No, we don't have a safety blanket. Normally we do make sure that we have a certain amount of like safety money, but like we just don't have a lot right now. We are taking a loan out on Nick's 401k, which will actually end up only taking $100 off his paycheck
Oh, wow.
a month.
Oh, wow.
But we can take money and pay off my car, which is a
then
huge debt.
Cuts
so
down
we're
on
going to
your
pay off
monthly.
my car. We're going to pay off some credit card stuff. And then, because his student loans are back, and that between his student loans, all our bills, and the car, it is wild.
There's always something
It is
popping
wild how much money that we are spending every month. And Mama's not giving up wine.
yeah.
So
I will say we have saved so much money with me being pregnant.
yeah. Oh,
That's so
I
because of
buy
that.
wine. I mean, I drink wine every single night. So, and that's not changing unless I get pregnant.
Priorities. Yeah.
Priorities
fine. You're allowed
and
to have them.
self-care.
No, you're
Yeah.
allowed to have them. Yeah.
Self-care.
That's how
I do nothing
actually
for
get
my
a latte a day. 7 days a week. I go and I buy a $8 before tip latte.
Yeah. See, I
7
don't do
days a
that,
week.
but I drink wine every night, and that's more expensive. You know, like I'll drink like 2 glasses of wine a night, you know? So
Yeah.
that's how many bottles a week? A lot.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, so we are doing that right now, which is only because my next music checks don't come for another 3 months or so. So we need something to equalize because we're not comfortable with having nothing in
Yeah,
savings,
yeah.
you know, except for like a mortgage, a payment or whatever. But like things like that where you just have to get kind of crafty.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you're like, wow, why? And this is us being fortunate enough to be able to do those things.
Yeah.
But we are not by any means rich.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, Bill and I am so lucky with like, you know, there's certain things with like RSUs and just like random things I never knew about with like work where it's like I end up with like free money
Yeah.
that I don't put into stocks or anything. We just
That
like, pay
happens
it
with
out.
Nick too.
We
Yeah.
just like pay it out. And like we have just seen like it feels so good. It's like, oh, we could just like let's just buy this like big thing we want. We're like, no.
Yeah.
Once we get that, and you know, we're like pay our taxes with it, or we pay off credit card debt, or
Yeah.
something like that, because then your monthly like bills and responsibilities go down. Then you have more to live on.
Yes.
And you know, then something breaks in your house and
Yeah.
you spend $1,500.
The last time I got a big music check, our HVAC broke.
Yeah. No, that's how I feel like
Literally.
that's how it always happens.
And like we saw the check and we were like, wow, this is so great. HVAC broke.
yeah.
And it's like the whole check
I know.
went
But it's
It's
like
to
so-
the HVAC.
so glad
because
you
that
had
shit
the
is
check.
But how crazy is
However,
that?
it's so
But
freaking
why?
annoying. It's so annoying.
That's how it always happens.
It's so annoying.
Yeah. It would it would have sucked to
It's
not have the check
always
to pay
like
for
that.
it.
We've
But
been
it's like-
wanting to fix our bathrooms for the entire year. It ain't happening.
I know, there's so
Yeah.
many little things I want to do.
It ain't
Yeah.
happening anytime soon. Really random thought. Do you guys find ladybugs in your house
Yes.
all day?
Yeah, I think
All
it's
day.
this
What's happening?
time of year. I don't.
Yeah.
Is that
I
a South thing?
Yeah. Yes.
I've
it
never
is.
noticed it this bad though.
This is ladybugs
We read about
all
it. They're
over the
like trying to
place.
get out of the cold, I think. Is it?
Oh,
But,
maybe.
like we've read about
stink
it.
bugs, yes. I've always known that about
Yeah.
the South. But ladybugs?
Well, and we get those weird little, what are they called?
I feel like ladybugs.
Other
It's
ones.
been way more prevalent this year than ever. And I grew
Like,
up in the South.
They're everywhere.
Yeah.
I wonder
don't
if
know.
there's like, if they have like mating years. where they're,
Maybe
like,
Maybe
more-
there's a mating
cicadas or
year.
Whatever they like come out.
And I
every
feel
few-
bad killing ladybugs, so I don't.
Oh my gosh.
What?
In cultures across the globe, ladybugs have come to symbolize prosperity.
Shut up.
Yay!
Okay, what's funny?
So are we all getting rich? And because there are ladybugs all over my house.
They were everywhere when Mom and I went to Vermont too. They were all in that house, and that's not
Maybe
here.
we're about to get rich. Maybe Rock Me Mama's just about to blow up.
It's just universe. They want to find a place to weather the winter, and they emit trails of pheromones to attract other ladybugs to take
Yeah, they
shelter
do.
as well.
What
in
do they
addition to
crawl?
the prosperity thing?
Do they crawl in ears, noses, or mouths?
Stop.
No, I wouldn't stress about that.
Okay.
And like by the time they get up there, you're gonna know because it's like those little things move slow.
Yeah, they're really cute. Like I actually don't mind them. I just don't like love them all over my house.
And like I do pick them up and put them outside.
Me
Like, I'm not
too.
gonna
I try not to
smash a
kill
lady.
them.
Yeah,
No, I'm not going to kill a ladybug. I know that's like kind of fucked up because like an ugly bug, I'll happily kill, and that's kind of how life works.
You're dead to me. You're dead. Well,
What
guess
a
what?
cute little
you should-
ladybug.
Maybe you should represent prosperity.
Yes.
And I'll be less likely to smash.
But you know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of how, like, I forget where I heard this, but like, how if like a gross guy that you're not attracted to is like everywhere you are, he's a stalker.
Yeah.
But if like a hot guy that you're attracted to is everywhere you are, he's just like hot and interested.
Right. I was gonna say if there's
How much does that suck for gross guys?
Yeah, it sucks real bad.
I was gonna say
So
if there's an ugly bug near you, you're like smash and that, but that doesn't relate to the ugly man
No.
because you know.
But it's like so unfair that ladybugs just get to like walk all over our houses, but like stink bugs, bye.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. You know. I guess just the circle of life, sweeties. Get with the program.
If you ain't bringing prosperity, we don't want you.
Yeah,
around.
exactly.
Yeah.
Don't bring
I'm
stank.
excited about the prosperity though.
I know.
I do feel like 2024 is going to be our year. Like I do feel like it's going to be a very good year.
Yeah, I agree. Oh,
And also Donald Trump tonight they announced that he's not going to be able to run.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why? I missed this.
Because he's actually getting indicted.
prosperous indeed.
So think about that. He will not be able to be our president.
Blessings.
He will
I
not be
did
able
not
to be our
hear
president.
that.
Granted, you know, DeSantis is still out there and what but
The list is still long.
the list is still long, but Donald Trump is not going
That's
to be
a win.
allowed to be our president again. And that's
I can't wait to see what
is
is
a
happening on his social
beautiful,
media.
beautiful piece of news. I'm not going to post anything about it because I am so sick of people talking shit to me that I'm just going to stop post. Not stop posting, but I'm going to stop posting things like that for the time being because I'm just tired of
That's why I
having
never
people
do it.
talk shit
Ever,
to me.
ever. I've never posted anything controversial. And
But it doesn't even matter if it's political. I can post something cute and people will be like this thing I put with Farrah, that thing, we had to turn the comments off because people are like,
abuse.
I get shit I posted.
I don't know how you do it. With your following,
It's so frustrating.
I would cry myself to sleep.
I told Chase literally just yesterday because I posted, I think it was last night, like an encouraging thing about moms who just have two kids or who have two kids and how everybody who listens to this podcast knows one thing that I struggled with the most in the beginning was feelings of inadequacy.
Yeah.
And so I posted that reel. I think that was last night, and somebody posted, and please hear me out when I say this. This is not me being insensitive to women who cannot have babies because my very best friend has struggled with infertility. Like,
still struggling.
This is not a insensitivity to that. Somebody commented on it saying, well, I feel inadequate that I can't have any babies, so I guess take what you can get.
Oh Lord.
And like, listen, again, this is not me. I feel for her. I'm truly, genuinely
but why
sorry
is she
for
on
this
your mom page commenting and trying to take you down?
Well, and also I'm sitting here talking about and have been very open about how hard my journey has been with two. And all that I was doing was trying to encourage other moms who are before that 6-month mark. And if you listen, I'm sorry, this isn't like, I don't know. I really, this is a touchy subject, so it's hard.
If you listen, then what I would say is take what applies to you and leave the rest.
Also, stop going on people's pages. Never have I ever gone on someone's page to discredit or make them sad.
You can't say anything.
Or say something.
No.
But everything, I mean, the other day when I posted me singing that Kate Bush song, that guy that was like, take off the auto-tune.
Twitching at that.
Oh my God.
And then a bunch of people came to my defense because I was like, hey guys, feel free to stick up. Feel free to stick up for me. Then he blocked everybody because Nick went on his social media and was like just talking shit on him.
I love that.
Like everybody, you guys all did.
I know, I was pretty proud of my comment.
Yeah, you were like spot training isn't a thing, and also you have a tiny penis or something.
Said too bad. I
You're
said
like-
too bad because his whole page was about working out.
Yeah.
like
Of
his
course
whole
it
entire
was.
page was gym content, and so I commented to him saying, "Too bad spot training isn't a thing because I'm sure you need to be working on growing your dick in the gym or something."
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
something good.
Real good.
But then he was off for a while, and then he came back on because I didn't block him because it's like I didn't want to give him that satisfaction.
Yep.
He came. I normally do block people because I just don't want to.
Oh, yeah, it's not worth
upset
it.
myself. But he came back on and he said, "Whatever, you can say whatever you want. You have an awful voice. I hate your voice.
Then, sir,
I hate you singing. Why,
simply
sir? Why
don't
are
come
you
back.
on my page?
Don't come back then.
I don't follow you.
Right.
Why are you on my page?
That's
Like,
the thing.
like
is
he should
people-
block you then.
Yeah,
Then block
yes.
me. Why are you coming here to tell me I have an awful voice?
You
like
listened
you
to
hate
it.
yourself that much.
Yeah.
Yes.
You despise your life
Yeah.
that much.
Yes.
And it's all these fucking incels. These
it is.
fucking dudes with no fucking life that come online to discredit women.
Yeah.
Because they have nothing better to
Yeah.
do.
It's
You
either that
fucking losers.
or it's the women that are married to those men.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
women too, because like, and
is
women
women,
also
too.
women like take a goddamn joke. Like
Yeah.
we say things and people come at us like everything we say is literal. Take a joke.
Yeah.
When I was in the car with my kid and she's yelling at me and I'm like, "Mommy's gonna go get drunk."
Oh my
Everybody's
God.
like, everyone was so upset about that. It's like, shut the fuck
Like,
up.
I'm not
Yeah.
currently drunk.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh my
I'm not
God.
driving drunk. I am going to go to the liquor
Everybody
store
just takes
after I
everything
drop her off with her
personal.
father, and then I'll get drunk when she goes to sleep. But, like,
Everybody
why?
has to find a problem with somebody.
Everybody wants to talk shit and everybody wants to, like,
Yeah.
judge you. And it is so weak and
Yeah.
dumb
It's exhausting.
and just reeking of insecurity.
Yeah. I was really bummed out about that one comment really got to me last night because I was like, okay, first of all, that is a real, like, I feel for her. Like, that's really sad.
you can't-
But also, like, I wasn't posting this to shame. Like, how did your head
do you
go
wanna-
from point A to point B?
But do you know how
Yeah.
many infertility sites there are?
And
like
yeah.
I have a million infertility pages that I go to if I want to see other women that are going
Right.
through that.
Yeah.
Don't go to someone's page who clearly has 2 kids and talk shit to them about their struggle. Everything's relative.
Yeah,
know.
but I pulled it back up and I looked. I was like, God, did this come across
No,
as a
no,
and like,
no.
I know,
And
that
it makes you want to
didn't.
take the post down.
Yes.
And I honestly take a lot of things down as soon as I see like people talking
it's
shit to
just
me
not
because it
even
makes
worth
me
it.
feel so
Yeah.
insecure and it makes me feel so bad.
Well, and you're like,
and that
did I make someone feel? Did I
and
do
that is
Yeah.
like honestly
That's what gets
because
me. I'm
no
like,
one can
well,
take a
then
joke
I feel
anymore.
because I obviously like she felt bad.
No,
and-
she didn't. She wanted to make you feel bad.
Well, it
Well,
worked.
and it's like you have to. Yeah, you do have to. I don't envy y'all at all because I'm much
Because I'm so famous and
well,
so
but
huge.
You know, you post things that are public and viewable, and I just simply don't because I'm just locked down on social media. But follow me, ladies. But if you talk shit, you get blocked and reported.
Honestly, same though. I block and report so many people.
oh my god, I block so many people.
The amount of people that I blocked.
I'm
and
block
reported-
happy.
Well, like what are they gonna talk? You know, crap on my page about what?
something.
Me
No,
crocheting.
find
No, they'll
something.
make fun of you.
I
like,
told Chase
like
after-
people will call me ugly. People will call me ugly and fat.
What are you, a grandma?
God.
That's what
People
they'll
have
say
called
to
me ugly and
Oh, y'all
fat.
saw
When
the
I
comment
post a
about
song,
my body the other day. The weird body structure, big head, long torso, no hip,
y'all.
short legs.
Y'all, it's too much. Well, these people are just going to call
Sorry,
me a grandma, and I'll
look
say
away.
thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
it's absurd. But I looked at Chase last night when I was upset about this, and I said, I literally could post a video of me saying, every single one of my followers, I'm giving you $100 out of the kindness of my heart. You're all getting one. And somebody would be like, you bitch, you should have made it $200.
yeah,
No,
or
like
you, or
somebody's
you,
always gonna
yeah, you
find-
narcissistic
About them than it
bitch,
does you.
showing off that you have money.
Yes. Somebody's always
matter.
going
Exactly.
to find something. And I have just learned that the
Yeah,
things
but
like last
that's an
night,
our
that
time
actually, that one kind of got to me because I don't want moms to feel hurt. But all the men that are currently commenting on the reel of
I mean, yeah, that's another.
that's absurd.
Another
like,
planet.
Those I like to be sarcastic back with and
Yeah.
like respond
It's
to.
another
and
planet.
the other half I just block. But
Yeah.
people always find something.
Well, men,
know.
I think that a lot of men fucking hate women when they feel at all empowered.
Because
when they feel
think
successful,
it takes away from them.
or when they feel like they can speak, or they have opinions, or they're, qualified.
Yeah.
And I think that really makes a lot of men feel angry.
Yeah.
And it must mean that because men that are confident and like themselves don't feel that. But men that don't like themselves, men that, aren't happy in their lives and don't feel confident and don't feel secure, really, really, really hate a woman that feels good.
Because they think it can only be one or the other, them or us.
Yeah. And so it's like, if you post something, that must mean that you felt confident in that moment, which sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. But in that moment, you felt the courage to post something that might get some attention, and that pisses them off.
That's so bizarre.
And I just
can't wrap my head around
and
that.
I just don't know why, but I'm not a man.
Well, none of the men that I shouldn't say none of the men that I know, none of the men in my life, like that are in it, are that way. So it's like hard for me to even
People
wrap
are
my head
functioning
around
that way.
Because I don't look at men and think, ugh, like y'all are a disgrace. But like,
I do.
I know. But there's like, you've also had some
I fucking hate them. I love the men in my life, my brothers, and all of your sons. But in general, I think men are fucking useless.
But like, well, I mean, they definitely are showing their nasty side. I don't know. It's
men of a certain generation are absolutely useless and should die off.
And I think it goes down to the person, and all the
extinction.
All this stuff is like, it says a lot more about them than it is about you.
Yeah.
And they see like you, like, and Amie too. It's like you can't be expected to, like, I don't know, to have a catch-all in every single post for like to cover every single scenario and feeling and life like experience. It's just it's so unrealistic.
You actually can't.
Everybody's triggered by everything.
Literally can't.
Yeah.
And so it's just so silly to me, and I think it's just so silly. I don't know.
It really is so
What
silly.
pisses me off is it really takes so much to offend me. That, like, when I see people joking clearly or doing funny things on Instagram, the last thing I think of, that's the last place my mind goes.
Yeah.
I think, that's pretty fucking funny.
Not even that's the second to last place. The very last place is taking the time to comment on it
to try to
and
hurt their
let them
feelings.
know.
I know.
I will never
I'm
understand.
like, y'all need to get off and get a life, because
get
y'all
a
are the ones with
life.
issues, and I'm like, you are exposing yourself.
And I'm not saying you have to celebrate everyone. You don't have to go on every single page and say, go girl.
How about then just don't say anything?
Just don't say anything.
Right.
If you don't like it or it annoys you, keep moving.
Well, and what's funny is the way the algorithm works. If you comment, like, something similar is probably going to show up on your feed again.
Yeah.
All you're doing is discerning yourself.
Like, he's going to have to listen to me sing Kate Bush for the rest of his
all
fucking
you're
life.
doing is
giving me
getting
content.
your algorithm to get any content, so that's fine.
Yeah.
And also, like, really, of all the things that I am, an awful singer is not one of them. You cannot love what I do. You can technically not call me an awful singer. I am technically a good singer.
Right.
So, like,
it's pleasant to the ear.
You literally can say, that's not my cup of tea. That kind of music isn't my thing. The tone isn't my thing, which, great, keep moving. Don't comment. Just keep moving.
Yeah.
But you can't say I'm an awful singer, because that's just not a fact.
Right.
That's you being really, really, really small.
You know what is a fact, though? I have a big head.
You do. And and a long torso and no hips. How dare you walk around looking the way you do?
No hip.
While we're talking facts,
No hip.
there you go.
No, but that is.
You know what a fact is that y'all are jerks. Leave my friends alone.
Leave everybody alone.
Just everybody.
And it's like, and I see it on other people's pages all the time.
Yeah,
like,
everybody gets it.
It's just like people talking so much shit, like keyboard warriors, just nonstop.
And I'm like,
get a fucking life.
Happy holidays and good luck to you. And
you're such a loser.
Like,
you're such a loser.
Yeah.
If you take the time to put other people down, you are such a fucking loser.
Yeah. And that's something that I think we can all agree on.
I think so too.
And they know it deep down.
They do know it deep down.
You do know it.
I usually do a good job.
Such a loser.
Do what do you want to know after this? Because I don't. How do we even get on? Literally, how did we get on this?
Because we always just talk about.
But it's great. It's great.
Yeah, this is real.
We're fine on time.
One of the men that commented on, and the reel that I'm referring to, listener, is the one where I said point of view, like you're a dad driving on a trip and Chase is just driving.
Oh God, that guy is such a
and
tool.
then it's you're a mom and the mom's going back, which like
literally
that's literally just how it is. It's
I can't help with breastfeeding.
Nobody. Yeah. Okay.
No one was breastfeeding.
Nope. Yeah. What are you talking about? And so I ended up responding. I think it was maybe back to him. I don't know. One of the like 200 men that commented on that reel. His profile picture was him and 2 dogs. I screenshot it, zoomed up, made sure he didn't have a wedding ring on. Like he's like, if you're married, if you're a dad, your profile picture isn't of you and 2 dads. But I just
also
had to double check,
like don't have time to comment on a mom Instagram.
He like said 2 or 3 comments, and I finally commented back and I said, "Looks like you and your dogs live a really happy life together. Maybe one day you'll find yourself a nice woman." And then restricted him.
Yeah,
good.
That's the best.
And like usually
restricting is the best because they're just hissing into the wind.
Yeah, because somebody commented saying like the harder job, like men actually were getting butthurt.
Got it. So mommy issues.
Yeah.
Say no more.
And saying things like, well, the driving's the harder job. You get to take a 3-hour nap outside of the car.
I will pay Nick to drive.
I'm like,
I will pay to let me drive.
Also, the harder job. Nobody's talking about the harder job. I'm not driving because A, my husband offered it. B, my husband doesn't have breastfeeding titties.
Just take it
and
for
can't.
the
But
context.
also,
Take
the
it for the
kids want
context
the
that
mom
it's
the whole
in.
time.
Like
Yeah.
and also,
shut up.
The kids
Look,
aren't crying for
whenever I drive part of long drives, because Nick doesn't even let me drive most of the time because he's just so controlling with the driving.
Same with Chase.
Nick wants to die the whole time.
Yeah.
Because it's just dealing with her.
Bill's
Yes,
Bill's
exactly.
3.5 minutes in and falling asleep when he drives, so we kind of have to trade back and forth.
Yeah.
No, it's absurd.
But yeah, if your mom
driving is
didn't
the
cuddle you
luxury.
enough, just say that.
Yeah,
and I'm
or-
so
yeah.
sorry, but like go to therapy.
Yeah.
Why are you on a mom
motherhood
IG?
reel?
Hey, men, why are you on a mom IG?
Yeah.
Hassling moms
Yeah, get
on
off.
Instagram.
Maybe call your own
You are a
mom.
fucking loser.
Yeah.
You are a fucking loser.
Most of them were
Let it
dog
sink
dads.
in.
Most of them were dog dads. Like, because I looked at a lot of their pages.
Let it sink in
Dog
that you have
dads.
no fucking life.
Yeah.
Get off mom Instagram pages and start living life, you fucking incel.
And I love this. I have one little final thought.
Okay.
I'll make it very quick. On just, the finances and also the screen time and everything. Is, quit with the stuff. Like, I said, like your kid doesn't need more, like,
Yeah.
and, I think you'll also have a lot more money if you just like be more creative with the resources that you have and the things that you have.
Yeah. I'm not good at
so
this.
that's just something like with the holidays, being around us and stuff like that is like the pressure of like capitalism. You bastard.
Yeah.
Don't give in. Don't give in.
The amount
There's
of
a lot of
knickknacks that I wrapped today, I'm like, oh my God.
Well, it's fine, but it's like
Just
she's going to be
200.
good for a while though. So that's good.
She's good.
And they do need fresh things. It's all, but it's like your kid doesn't need all this stuff. Like all this is made up.
Yeah.
Like think about like freaking Little House on the Prairie.
It's like what we talked
yeah.
about a few episodes
That's
ago, or
my
last
dream.
whenever that was, about the pressures of gift give. Like,
Yeah.
fuck the pressures.
goes to your
Excuse me.
kids.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm just so over it. That's literally why Eli is getting one present from us, because he doesn't know the difference, and
No, he
he
doesn't
100% doesn't need it. And
No,
why
they're
are
all
you getting
spoiled.
anything?
In general, as a society, it's like, why do we always need like the next little
Yeah.
like upgrade of the thing that we have?
I know.
Yeah.
And like I'm saying this as someone who has changed a lot in the last few years, is like give it up.
Yeah.
Just give it
Yeah.
up. Okay.
Yeah.
And you'll also have more money. So that's a slay. Finally, ladies, I do have a Trump fact check from Bill.
Oh.
What
Wait,
is he
fact check's
allowed?
fun.
Wait, I heard right before I left that
It's
he's.
just the Colorado ballot, and it can still be appealed. So
Oh,
you know,
Oh, for
Interesting.
fuck's sake! So he still has a shot at being president.
Sounds like it.
But why did my husband tell me that he didn't? Why would he leave me with those facts?
I don't know. Tell Nick
probably
he
saw
needs
it
to
and
be
got
more
excited.
thorough in his research. Gosh. You can tell him I said so. No, I'm just kidding.
I will tell him.
Yeah, that's what Bill says. So,
I'm going to be pissed.
but hey,
Next season, let's do. Bill has to do a fact check every episode.
if anything,
If it within
Fact
reason.
check. Yeah. If anything, Colorado blocking Trump will just allow him to add fuel to the fire for his whole election interference stance, and he'll get more votes.
I'm sure he's already posted about
Anyway, so
it. Let's do a question from the listeners, and then we can wrap this one up.
okay, let's do.
Oh my gosh. Does Bill have cameras on us? He
Does he
does,
have
right?
Does he have what?
Like, he can watch us right now
Oh, I don't know if he can see y'all,
because
or if no,
Oh.
he can just hear you.
he's gonna be. Oh, it worked. My mic is falling down, and I just was like, Bill's gonna be down there shaking his head at me that we're like 40 episodes in, and he's like,
No.
she still doesn't know how to use
It's
that mic.
actually you've done pretty good.
Well, it may fall in a second, but
Let's see.
What
do you
want
wanna
to
know?
know?
What did you use for birth control after babies / before babies? That'll be a good one to end this episode.
oh well, if you want to get on my birth control plan, it worked 0 for 2.
Maybe consider who you're asking.
Yeah, don't ask me. Yeah, I used birth before having I was on birth control, but it was like classic case of like I've been on birth control for 10 years.
pill?
Yeah. I was like scared of it or like what it do to my body. You know, I feel like every woman has talked about that. That's been on birth control for more than like 5 years.
Yeah.
The pill, and so I got off of that and was pregnant. I'm pretty sure after my first period. So, I had one period after being on birth control for 10 years and got pregnant.
My gosh.
That's how it works for a lot of people.
It's-
I was on birth control for a really long time, and then I was not for a long time, but I started to like just learn more about my cycle, and we did the pull-out method.
Yeah.
We really never did any free go
Yeah.
until we were trying. And then, and now I have natural birth control. It's called Old as Fuck.
Until you don't. So we'll
Yeah.
see.
Right.
It's called, my birth control is called You're Old as Fuck. And your eggs are sparse.
It's
Yeah,
this new brand
how long
called.
has it been since you've been on a birth control?
Yeah.
Oh God, years and years and years.
crazy.
And years.
It's this new brand called. Pff. It's just dust.
Yeah, it's called.
It's called.
I'm trying to think of.
Were you on birth control between?
No, you never did, right? Because you're like Miss.
Well, I did pill. I did pill like when we first got married. I was on the pill, and then over COVID, I got off the pill, off my mood stabilizer, and just kind of wanted to like reset, and then started doing natural cycles and reading really thick fertility books.
Yeah.
And researching things on the internet. Got pregnant technically unplanned, but did know that it was a possibility, so I don't really count it.
Yeah.
And then was not on any. I was just
just
cycle
tracked
fertility
your,
awareness after heart, and actually was surprised.
You
because-
knew
You
though,
also
like you
literally
told us,
texted
you were
right
like,
after though.
you were like, we had sex and I'm ovulating.
No, you like
and
literally
I knew,
knew.
and I knew it was like early. It was like earlier than should, but I knew that it was. It wasn't impossible, but it was not like right when I was.
Yeah.
You know.
But
Yeah.
you texted us right after
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, but I was
knew.
like, oh,
Yeah. You're like, I think I could probably.
yeah.
Yeah.
We used after I had an IUD in for like not that long, and then Chase like swore he could feel it, and my doctor, it ended up being like wedged up there.
Oof. IUDs like make me cringe because
I'm not an
they seem
IUD,
so
yeah.
painful to
I'm
me.
not a fan.
I know a girl who had the implant in her arm, you know, the whatever
Yeah.
it's called,
Mm.
implant, and it migrated to her lungs, and she had to like get a lung removed.
Did she sue?
I don't know.
You should.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if lung removed. I think like major surgery.
That is
Yeah. That's
now that I'm thinking about
terrifying.
how does that even happen?
I mean, it's a foreign object in your body. It like goes against everything. Like the fact that I had an IUD was like that goes against like every like natural belief that I have, but like when you're just not trying to get pregnant, you know, and I got it in at like 6 weeks. I was just like in la la land of like, whatever.
Yeah.
And I ended up getting it out, and you know, I ended up just tracking through a fertility tractor that like tractor that obviously we were not trying when I got pregnant with Wyatt, so it obviously didn't work.
There's a lot of things that go into it.
I mean, I did this much research. It was, I mean, it's my fault. But yeah, IUDs are, I don't know.
I'm not into IUDs or implants. To each their own, and that's
No,
great.
and I have friends that have had really painful things with IUDs.
There's also a lot of people that like swear by them.
That love them.
You know?
Exactly. To each
I did. Well, you guys know my NuvaRing story. Where it flew across the room.
I did NuvaRing for a very little amount of time.
liked the NuvaRing only because the hormones don't really affect the rest of you. Like on the pill, I felt crazy
all the time.
I was significantly heavier, like 10 pounds thicker, and my tits were this big. Skin, perfect.
Yeah.
Your skin is perfect on birth control.
That's so,
like,
really affected me.
Beautiful, clear porcelain. And then you get off and you're like, oh, I have normal skin.
Yeah.
I break out.
It actually wasn't. Yeah.
Yeah, it actually wasn't.
It was a lie.
Yeah. But I hated how I felt. I felt really crazy. And so I just didn't like I was on birth control for my 20s. I mean, all of my 20s pretty much, but I didn't like it. Yeah, and
there's not a one size fits all for
there's
birth
really
control.
not.
No, and I think there is a lot to be said for educating yourself on your cycle.
Yeah.
100%. Amie, you know I'd like to hear it, girl.
Yeah. I think if you do know the science behind your cycle, you don't have to use birth control.
You don't.
Yeah.
You really
because
don't.
you do realize that scientifically there is a very small window in which you can get pregnant. So if you work around that window, you're pretty good.
Yeah.
Say if you really, really, really don't want to, just abstain during those
that whole week.
Days, and otherwise you're probably
good.
fine. And I do want to say one size fits all. There is one of them, which is breastfeeding is not birth control. It's only effective some of the time.
Oh yeah, I know. I know plenty of people that got pregnant when they were breastfeeding.
It's only actually effective for the first 6 months, and and then I got my period at 6.5 months after I had Hart, which means I ovulated, and you don't know that.
Yeah.
So, which means I could have gotten pregnant.
Yeah.
So it's like, just that is the important one.
And if your OB is telling you that you can't get pregnant while breastfeeding,
I know plenty of people who say otherwise.
My OB that I did with Eli told me that, and I'm not with him anymore.
It's unlikely for a short amount of time.
Yeah.
And then it
has been done.
Yeah, it's been done many times. My mom got pregnant with all of us breastfeeding, probably, because she had us all so close.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, anyways, cheers to, screen time.
All of the above.
Screen time, not being rich.
And prosperous
ladybugs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Cheers.
Prosperous ladybugs.
Cheers, honey.
Rock, rock, rock me, mama.